Governor, when we were here last, or when I was here last, I asked you if you were going to look into the Tony Sylvia situation, the wetlands permit, and you said, any possible political interference with DEM, and at the time you said yes. So here we are. There have been stories since then, and the question is whether you have done that investigation into whether Tony used his influence to get a wetlands permit from DEM, what you found, and how you would respond directly to the GOP saying it has, quote unquote, no confidence that you will conduct a thorough investigation.
Well, first, I usually follow up on what I say I'll do, and we did make those calls on our office, and there's no information that would say that there was undue influence that was done at the state level, which is my main concern.
Who did, if you don't mind my asking, who did you speak to? And undue is a subjective judgment. Did you find any evidence that he had reached out to talk to anyone at DEM to try to lobby them to issue the alteration permit?
So I'll repeat. We did talk to the director, and he got back to us and said that that there's nothing that he could see that would reach that level at all. So there was no undue influence in his opinion. So as far as the GOP, that's political. They're doing their job. We're doing our job, and we did follow up as I said I would. When
you say no undue, was there any outreach? Just to pin, narrow the point here. Was there any outreach by your chief of staff to DEM relative to that permit?
Well, I think on the record there is, right, because there was an application that was involved with the property. But your question last week was there anything that was done that you would consider to be, using your position to gain favor? The answer is no.
Governor, there were communications between Mr. Silva and the mayor in Cumberland. Do you not find that was inappropriate? Does that any way contradict what Mr. Silva has told you about his involvement?
No, I don't think it's inappropriate to have a discussion with a local mayor, and I know Mayor Bunner very well, and I'm sure that they can speak for themselves in those conversations. I wasn't part of those conversations, but the facts are that, as you said, that there was discussions. They can speak for themselves in terms of what those discussions were about, and I don't think it's inappropriate for someone who is, had an interest in a project to be talking to local mayor. I was a mayor of Cumberland, and I took those calls all the time.
So you have full confidence in Mr. Silva going forward? You don't see any reason for any?
I have full confidence in both Mayor Mutter and Tony Silva.
Governor, Mayor Mutter told us shortly after the initial round of reporting, he called you about the situation. What did you two discuss?
Yeah, so I get phone calls all the time from people that want to talk to me. I was in contact with virtually every mayor in the state over the weekend as well. So I think that I'll leave that to Mayor Mutter to describe what the conversation was, and he has. So he was talking about the land. He was talking about the project, something that the town didn't want. And in the end, I think that they got it right. The Silvas got it right. They're going to donate the land. There's no personal gain there at all, and I think that the end is fine. It would have been better if,
but did he raise any concern at all about Tony Silva's involvement to you in that phone conversation?
On what level?
About any influence or any conversations that Mr. Silva had with Mayor Mutter? Did he raise those concerns with you in that phone call?
Well, I think that he raised the fact that they had a conversation.
Was he concerned about it?
I don't think that it certainly didn't deter him from putting a lawsuit out in terms of like stopping the project, which, by the way, in that conversation I had with him, I said, look at how can our office join in to get a hearing. So we had that conversation.
Yeah, but was he concerned about it?
I don't feel you got to ask the mayor about what concerned mean. He gave me information that he thought that he would share as I have a strong, long relationship with the mayor. And you'd have to ask him about concerns.